Hey friends, it's March 3rd. Where book goes to movie. Alright, I'm not going to hold this up the entire time. It's heavy. Anyways, here we go. I'm about to compare and contrast some things. So, we'll start with the smallest changes that I noticed between the book and the movie. Their hair color is different. They're blonde instead of dark hair. Has nothing to do with the plot. I don't give a fuck. I'm not one of those sticklers. I missed Joan Jett the cat. Kind of wanted to see Joan Jett the cat. Vivian's grandparents don't seem to live next door. They're not part of the film at all. But I think Mom's backstory might have been changed. So Amy Poehler is playing Vivian's mom, Lisa. And in the book, her husband has died. And that's why she's home in Texas, living next to her parents with her daughter Vivian. But Vivian has a little breakdown in the movie and asks why her dad doesn't want to spend Christmas with her. It was sad, yes. Yeah. So I kind of got the impression that the family backstory was a little bit different in the movie, but not enough to actually change things. So, it's alright. Seth, her little love interest at school, cute hands and hearts guy. In the book, it's implied that he's newer to the school, but in the movie, he's been there a long time because they make some jokes about shit that happened in middle school. Well, not even middle school, first grade, I think it was. Yeah. If you know someone who you went to school with, don't make fun of them for peeing their pants. That's not cool. Just don't do it. Everyone does it. They're kids, you know? Alright. A little bit bigger change. It's one of the characters. In the book we had Principal Wilson, Mitchell's dad, who has gone from middle school science teacher to principal over the years, and that's why, you know, cool football guy Mitchell Wilson gets to do all the things he wants to do. So they changed the principal to a woman who is not related to Mitchell Wilson. I thought that was an interesting choice. It's kind of implied in the book that the reason the football players get away with things is because their dad's the principal. Like, the quarterback's dad is the principal. He's gonna shower more attention and shit on them. But in the movie, I think it's a little better that they're not related. Because guess what? I went to a football high school and that fucking shit happens regardless of whether they're related to someone on the administration or not. It does. And if you have, you know, teachers who are related to students, they get extra pages in the yearbook for their extracurriculars. You know, 5 pages of cheerleaders compared to half a page of drama. Anyone who went to school with me will know absolutely what the fuck I'm talking about. So there's that. Overall, I really, really enjoyed the movie. Because here's the thing. She's basing this on the zines that were popular in the early 90s. I talked about it with the book a little bit. Riot Girls of the early 90s was this little, like, punky feminism thing going on. And it wasn't intersectional. It was very much for, you know, the white girls who are rebelling against rich parents kind of thing, you know? Now, admittedly, by the time I hit middle school in, like, the late 90s, Riot Girls weren't really much of a thing anymore. We got more of the watered-down girl power of the Spice Girls. So, I did miss it, but, like I've said before, I have a degree in women's studies, and we actually study Riot Girls. My first time hearing Bikini Kill was in a university classroom. It's kind of a weird thing to say, but, like, I do like Bikini Kill because of that. So, that was my biggest criticism when I was reading the book that I didn't mention. Ooh, shaking the camera, sorry. That I didn't mention before is that the Riot Girls were not that intersectional. So, like, to base all of your feminism on stuff of the Riot Girls is not an appropriate thing to do. And the book tried to correct that a little bit, you know. It wasn't just white characters, it wasn't just straight characters. It was there, but it was watered down. So, in the movie, they fucking went hard, and I love it. Could they have gone harder? Fuck yes. But am I appreciative of the fact that there was characters of all different colors, of, you know, all different backgrounds? Was the trans girl played by a trans girl? Fuck yes it was. Was the, you know, differently abled girl in a wheelchair actually played by a fucking girl who needs a wheelchair? Yeah! They fucking did it! They were just like, there's characters like this, we're gonna put them in there, okay, no biggie. It's not a thing we're worried about, they're just there. They exist. Because, you know, they exist. Right? We know they exist. You can't deny that they exist. So really appreciated that there was such diversity among the cast. And you know what I really fucking loved? In the book, at one of their little Moxie meetings at the VFW, there's two lesbian characters making out in the alleyway, and like someone catches them, Vivian catches them, and they're like, I won't say anything, don't worry about it. In the movie, there's fucking making out in the VFW. So who the fuck cares? Really, who the fuck cares? So yes, I really loved the intersectionality that went into the movie that was not present in the book. I fucking loved it. I started crying a few times because I'm just like, so like, oh my god, this movie is... I rarely say a movie is better than a book. Very rarely. When I give the book 5 stars out of 5, I'm trying to give the movie 11. Like, I fucking loved it. I'm crying a little bit now. But it's just... it brought it up and out and just like, why the fuck are we still like this? Like, it even brings it up more, like, it says that the US will not achieve, you know, gender equality for like 300 years, and you know what? You're not. I'm Canadian. But yeah, no, we're not there either. I just loved it, you guys. I loved the movie. I finished it maybe half an hour ago, and I already want to go and watch it again. I'm just gonna watch it on repeat for the rest of my life. I loved it a lot. I love Amy Poehler. I loved all of this. The girl who played Vivian, I didn't write down her name. Love her a lot. Want to see her in more things. I did see her little love interest Seth in Booksmart, which, by the way, is another fucking movie you should watch because that movie is amazing. So here we are, once again, at the end of my video, where I'm just again going to say that if your feminism isn't intersectional, it's not really feminism. Feminism is literally for all. It is for the equality of everyone. And if you're like, oh, well, you know, feminism's not really for men, then you don't fucking get it. Oh, feminism isn't really for me. Okay, well, sorry you don't want to be considered a whole person. Can't imagine why you'd want that, but if you're thinking it, fine. It was just, oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.